everybody? This is Maurice Bishop. I want to give y'all some tips and tricks on winning in bullet chess and everything. A lot of people say in order to win in bullet chess, you gotta keep pre-moving. That is correct, but also a lot of people play just to win on time, and it's actually better to win in bullet with skill instead of just making random moves just so that you can win on time. A lot of people do it, and most people do win a lot of chess games by just winning on time, even though they're losing. But what you really want to do, you want to get better in, making the right moves and in short time span. So without further ado, let's get started. I go e4, c5, d4, c catches d4, and I didn't even tell y'all. Obviously, I'm white and he's playing as black. All right. I go c3. Try to play the Smith Morrow Gambit, but he doesn't. He gives up the pawn. The reason of that is just to give me um, this odd looking position, whereas my knight can't go c3 because my pawn is here, and the only odd position that I can go is like knight a3 or maybe knight d2. But in the long run, I'm blocking my dark square bishop, so that's the reason why I go d3 to cramp up my position. Knight c6, knight f3, a6, queen e2, d6, bishop f4, knight f6, knight d2, and a lot of these positions I'm pre-moving. The rule of thumb that I always been taught when playing bullet chess, you only pre-move when you don't have your opponent's pieces around your king, and when you don't have your opponent's pieces around your undefended piece, or somewhere where he has a potential of attacking your piece. Because you don't want to do a pre-move and then all of a sudden you just drop the piece because you pre-moved. You know. So bishop g4, I castle queenside, and notice how his bishop is on g4. This part you don't want to really pre-move on this part because he might actually take bishop catches f3. So like if I did something like pre-move king b1, something like that, and he goes bishop catches f3, and I pre-move another piece, then I lose my queen. So don't be that guy that just hurry up, move. I mean, like I said, you're gonna do a lot of pre moves, whatever. But the rule of thumb is don't ever pre move when you have your opponent that could potentially attack your piece. Queen b6, bishop b3, queen c7, knight c4. You know, e6, bishop e6, queen d7, bishop b3. I go back because I was threatening knight b6, forking his rook and his queen. So he saw this, and I immediately go bishop e6, queen d7. I go h3 just to get this annoying bishop off. Um, I go g catches f3 just because I highly doubt he's going to castle queenside, and because this g file is going to be because I took with this pawn, the g file is now open for my rook. So all I'm doing is in bullet man, all I'm doing is I want to attack, 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 with the potential that I'll put so much pressure on him to the point where he can't to the point where he's going to keep on thinking a lot, and then he's going to lose on time. But again, I'm not trying to play on trying to win on time. I'm just playing to where I'm using my skill and where I'm like putting so much pressure on him, where ain't nothing he can really do. So he go bishop b7. I go with my plan, rook g1, attack. You want to make your opponent. You want to put so much pressure on your opponent where he's constantly like thinking of what's the next move and he gets confused. He goes g6. I go f4 automatically. Again, my knight or his knight can't go knight e5 because my f4 pawn, and his knight can't go g4 because my h3 pawn. So now I'm like, and then I have this beautiful bishop on b6 where it's nicely placed or whatever. Yes, he could have went bishop d8. And this is another rule of thumb I want to say. Anytime you have your opponents, when your opponent has a piece like slightly on a better post like this, you need to immediately get rid of it. Bishop d8 would have been a good move to get rid of this bishop. You know what I mean? Because if I take or whatever, he'll take back with the queen, and I can't go knight b6 because the queen will be on d8. So But he goes rook c8 and everything, and I thought the better move was actually bishop d8. My opponent goes h5. I immediately go e5. Again, I'm putting pressure on him because I have my rook on d5. I mean, I said my rook on d5. My rook on d1, which is in the same file as his queen. So I want to blast open this king and put more pressure on him. That's the rule of thumb, and you want to keep attack. Because bullet, I mean, yeah, you can play positional chess or whatever, but in bullet, man, is always a lot of tactics or whatever. And the more tactics you put in the game or whatever, the more pressure you're gonna put on your opponent. And eventually, he either gonna resign, or you want to checkmate him, or he just gonna lose on time. So he goes D captures E5, F captures E5. He goes knight D5. I go queen F3. He goes bishop captures H4, which is the wrong move again. Even though I think I had like 25 seconds and he had like 19 seconds, so he still had time to think though, but it was just wrong. Bishop catches H4 was a blunder though, because I go knight D6 check. He goes king E7, in which again he was moving too fast or whatever, because he could have just went king f8, even though I still had bishop captures g6, because that's where I was going to go next. I didn't want to take this rook off because I'm already putting pressure on him. And this is another tip for y'all. Never, when your knights or bishop is in a nice posted position and it's crimping up your king to the point where you could potentially mate him, never exchange your attacking piece. Never exchange your power away, because you're just going to make your opponent feel good, and then he'll have some more time to try to recuperate. So I don't take that. I didn't take that rook. But he did a blunder, king e7, and then all I did was go queen captures f7 checkmate. Now, um, even if he did go king f8, oh shoot, my bad. Let me put on this one. Even if he did go king f8, I did have bishop capture g6, which was a good move, and then um, it's really and then he got knight captures e5 as well. But then not this move. I'm sorry, y'all, not that move, but that would have been actually that would have been a actually great move for him actually. That actually would have been a great move for him. So probably the only thing I probably could have did was queen e4 and everything, and maybe he could just take this off because he already hitting my bishop and he already hitting my dark square bishop. So my next move probably would be bishop d4, and then probably bishop f6. And then he actually should be a-okay. Maybe bishop catches f7. If he takes, I got, yeah, bishop cat. It doesn't even work. I mean, he can do that, but queen g6. My rook is hitting his own queen, but he got queen e7, and then queen g7, king e8. So he actually would have been actually a-okay though. But I guess when you're like down on time or whatever, you're putting pressure. But that's the whole rule of thumb. You want to put more pressure on your opponent so that he'll think too much to the point where he'll lose on time. But again, don't look at it as trying to win on time. You want to play with skill. Play with a plan. Do what you gotta do. Like always have a plan. Y'all know the old saying: it's better to have a plan than not have a plan at all. Simple as that. So I hope this video will help, man. Again, when you're playing bullet, always look for undefended pieces. Always look for how the king is placed in the center of the board. Always look for tactics. There's always going to be some tactics when you're playing a bullet at its fast pace. And if you're not really good at tactics, definitely look at tactical puzzles and everything, because it will potentially increase your tactical vision. So again, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, comment. If y'all have any other tips and ideas on bullet chess, and how to improve, please, please, please just comment below, share it with everybody and everything. And yeah, man, let's grow together, man. Like I said, I'm still learning, with Bullet, you know, I still got a lot of improvement that I got to do and everything. So, hey, I'm with y'all, man. And also, if y'all want to play me in the game, definitely comment below. Y'all already know my name on there is Poet 1986, as y'all can see, Poet 1986. And other than that, man, see y'all next time. And also, man, don't forget to subscribe. All right, y'all. Peace out, man.